And it's got the season's just 2 days away. Are you ready? Is the excitement building?
Yeah, I think it's been building all summer really, with the fact that we can do some preparation in pre-season. Obviously, you don't know where you are in terms of how the other teams have been doing and the other players they've got in, and how your team's going to gel. But we've seemed to have done okay in pre-season. We've made some mistakes and got things wrong, but we've also got a lot of things right. And if we can perform like we did in the first half against Wimbledon for the majority of the season, then we'll be really okay.
And there has been lots of promising signs throughout pre-season. The performance against Chelsea, as you say, the first half against Wimbledon, the comeback against Sutton United. There's been evidence there that the team are getting ready.
Yeah, the games that we've played have all been very useful, in different ways really. We've played some good sides. Chelsea were obviously very good technically, and it showed our organisation was good from the off. We went to Millwall and gave their first team a very good game. That was a good workout. And you always get a game against Staines where they're dynamic and they're energetic and they've got some power about them. And Sutton will always be up the top in the Conference South, and we know what a good league that is with the likes of Eastleigh and Dover coming up, and we knew from pre-season how strong they were. And then AFC Wimbledon on Saturday, we were a very, very good first half, and we showed in the second half that we need to start well and we need to stop, don't give away silly free kicks and mark properly. So we've gained knowledge out of all the games, which is exactly what we wanted to do, and it's now it's down to business and making sure that we put all those things that we have learnt into practice.
And whatever their qualities, Altrincham at the very least will be on a high after their promotion.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had some good games. They played against Shrewsbury last week and gave them a good game, and Leeson, it's a good manager and been there and done it and knows what it's about, and they've signed some good players from the conference and higher. So they certainly won't be underestimated. It'd be a tough game, but I think that we saw last year, Halifax went to Cambridge and got thumped first game of the season, and then they ended up finishing where they did, so high up. So this league is very much about change and how you develop your squad and how you develop who you're playing against and how strong you stay as a team and how you develop. So nothing's won and lost in the first month, but obviously you want to start well and put yourself in a position where you can move forward.
And happy to start at home, at least, whoever the opposition, and the old stadium's looking quite splendid.
Yeah, there's been a lot. The volunteers that work here have been fantastic. It's the small things. The painting that's been going on, they've been tidying it up. Obviously the pitch has had a lot of work been done to it, and we've got 4 main sponsors of the stands now, which is encouraging. So everything's moving forward. We look a year back, discounting everything on the pitch. It's about sponsorship, it's about the way the club's developing, about the strength and depth that we've got there, from the commercial side, to the staff, to the way that people do business here and how they think about the club. And then we add to that what we think is a developing side on the pitch, with some players coming in of a good age who hopefully we can keep for a while, and things are looking good, but we've got to make sure that we produce results on the pitch to make sure that the work off the pitch is worthwhile, and we can continue to progress.
And I suppose the aims off the pitch are in a way the same on the pitch: progress, doing things the right way, and building steadily as part of a long-term plan.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's always been the case, and everyone's known that from the moment that we sort of came out of administration last year, that there weren't going to be massive amounts of money ploughed into the club from individuals, and it was going to be a slow and steady rise. But as long as you are on the upturn, then that's the most important thing, and who knows how quickly you can get there. But there's a positivity around the place. Everyone's obviously the relief of last season was massive, and it allowed us to build for this season, and we want to continue to build, and it's a slow progress, and there's some very good sides in this league. It's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of sides that have realised that it's probably a reasonably open league and have spent a bit of money to put themselves at the top. And you probably imagine there's probably 4 or 5 sides that should be at the top and be looking to win the league. But apart from that, you know, everyone can beat everyone else. It's the consistency that you've got, and we feel that we've got players that understand the league and know the league, and if we can keep everyone fit and firing all cylinders, then you know we're confident that we can go into any game and have a right good go at it.
And I'm not expecting an answer to this question. I probably don't want an answer really. Have you, beyond that kind of steady progress, looking to win every individual game, are there any targets that you've set yourself?
I think you know, it's easy to set targets. I'd like to keep the targets that I set to myself. You know, if we want to get to 50 points as quick as possible, then 60, then 70, and see where we get to. You know, and that's the aim. We want to do better than we did last year. Certainly top half. We're looking for, certainly if we can push towards the top 10, then who knows what can happen. Where we are, you know, generally the bookmakers get it about right, and we're sort of halfway down the table in terms of, you know, odds to win it. But there's always a couple of teams that give everyone else a scare and can turn things around. And I think that our knowledge from last year and of what happened can give us a benefit. But we're up against sides who have also spent some money and have strengthened their squad and have also got another year's knowledge of the league. So it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. The fact that we're starting on 0 points gives us a chance, and psychologically that's a different approach from us. And of course last year it was us against them type of thing, and we were batting down the hatches and, you know, everyone against us type of thing. Now we know that we're starting on a level playing field, and you know, teams are beginning to kind of come here, look at the pitch, look at the stadium and think, well, this is a lovely place to play, and mentally we've got to be able to cope with that and deal with, you know, teams, whether they come at us or whether they sit off of us, and physically how we approach the game, and mentally how we try and win the game, because we've got a very good record here from last year. We want to make sure that we do the same, if not better, this year.
And you say you've got to adapt to whatever the opposition shows you, and I almost dislike using the word, that versatility. The squad, a small squad, but there are lots of options for you to play different formations.
Yeah, we've got players that, you know, obviously they've got their favoured position, but they can play in alternative positions. We've tried a few things, you know, in games throughout pre-season. You know, try something at Millwall and in training as well. And it's something that we might have to do. Obviously, with our strongest squad available, we want to play a certain way, but it may be that we can change it, and we've got players that can adapt. And the state of the game will dictate what we do. But you know, we can play varying formations, and you know, as long as we've got everyone fit, it gives me the opportunity to change it. But if we're doing well, and hopefully we are doing well in every game, that I want the opposition to worry about us and how we play rather than the other way around. And that's certainly something that if we, you know, get flowing the way we want to, then I think that will be the case. And
looking at the qualities of the squad, it does seem good balance: youth, experience, pace, strength, goals, solidity. Is that, hopefully that's how you see it too?
Yes, it's not bad. If you're saying at the end of the season, then we've been successful. Yeah, we wanted to add a bit of pace to the side, which we probably didn't have last season. We've got Josh Scott, who's as fitter now than he has been for a while. He gives us pace and strength, and obviously Brett's quick and got the physicality as well. Dan Fitch plays on the shoulder and can get him behind, but he's clever with his feet. Jordan, we brought Joe and Gesson, who's direct. And we've got, you know, the steady heads, Sam Hatton, the Molesey and Kieran Forbes and Dan Lathrop in midfield, and you know, we've got a pretty experienced back four apart from Jayden, but Jayden's got a very good footballing brain, and but it's about how it gels together, and we'll see, you know, very quickly. We've got a tough start to the season, and by the end of August we'll know where our strengths are and where our weaknesses are, and how we cope with some of the strongest sides. Obviously Forest Green and Grimsby are two of the favourites to go up, and you know, the other three sides that we play against are all coming up from lower divisions. But Eastleigh, again, I saw Graham last night. He spent £3 million on developing the side, and it's got a top 6 budget at Eastleigh. We're nowhere near that. We can't compete with anything like that financially, but we've got a side that you know, certainly have a go at competing on the pitch.
And that's it, that first 6 games will be a good benchmark. There's now, I think, 11 former Football League sides competing for just 2 places to get back in there. the league is getting stronger. You have to progress just to stand still, really.
Well, it is, yeah. A stat that there's only 5 teams that were in the league about 10 years ago or something. So there's 12 full-time sides. Obviously this year we've gone to sort of 3 mornings a week just to financially to make it easier for players. We've got 44-week contracts, but there's several clubs that are doing. I think there's 8 of us, 8 clubs that are doing that way. It was pretty successful for a lot of those sides. Maybe with a small squad, if you overtrain them, then you can pick up injuries, which we did. We picked up some bad injuries in training. So if we can work for longer on those 3 days, then it gives people the ability to sort of rest in between and also be fresh for the games. And we're sort of playing it by ear and how we do that because it's new to us, but hopefully that'll work for us and we'll be able to compete regularly with a strong squad because we haven't got the injuries through overtraining or fatigue.
Fantastic.
Cheers, Phil.